Thanks, Program Director, Chairperson of the Electoral Commission, and the Vice Chair, and the Commissioner, Judge today, and the Vice Chair, CEO. Indeed, it's a mixed feeling today to stand here and to bid a farewell to Brabida. I've always called it Brabida. It has those mixed emotions, but it's part of life. So, but one of the things that perhaps I just wanted to share with you is where Brabida comes from and what he represents, because it is that which, in the culture of this institution, those who are left behind should aspire to emulate. Now, this is at all levels of the organization in terms of those attributes. But Peter came from the founding crop or cohorts of the support services team of drivers. And among those drivers were people like Bo Brasol and Bo Bra Cyprian and the Bo Bra team. Now, these were either my age group or older. Although I was their DCO, but I always referred to them as Brasol and so. That was one of the attributes which, for me, is the ethic, Yobuntu, that crop of our employees showed as respect. To respect each other. In our language, we say, Omdala hlonipha omncane, nomncane hlonipha omdala. And that's one of the first what you call attributes that Peter, I think all of you would agree, gave that at every contact with every member of this organization. It didn't matter what station you occupied in terms of your job. Now, but the other thing that team, we took them through, as the program director pointed out, in HR we say, there's motivation and rewards. There's something called intrinsic and extrinsic. And one of the things that we did at that time was job enrichment. That, routine work on its own does not motivate or enhance a person's satisfaction. Yes, you can get the money, but there's other things. So one of the programs that we then did, they all went through what you call VIP and what you call safety driving programs. They all went through protocol programs. They all went through grooming programs. And all these things, they then converge. If you look at what Peter did in the last 27 years when he was here, he continued with that. I mean, that crop of drivers, I remember the former chair of the commission, Dr. Brigada Bam, asking our former CEO, Professor Mandla Mthoni, as they were coming out of the car with his driver, Ubra team, and he says, Mandla, Ubra driver, but let nobody. I can't differentiate who's the driver between you and team. And everywhere you go, people think team is the CEO, not you. And so that was how those guys continued, to present themselves, But not only that, the vehicles that they drove, they reminded me of back in the days when we had taxis that after the big rush, when the taxis pull up, then the drivers would make sure they bring the support teams, and those taxis would be spotless. Even if they were going to drive in those streets, dusty streets in our townships, the Whitehall, it will be white as anything. And that's how these drivers look after the cars. When you jump in that car, it would always be as though it is new. And Prapita continued with that. So I agree with the CEO. If when you travel and you move with him, he will be able to adapt to the circumstances and the conditions that you're dealing with. And there was one incident recently with the Secretary General of the EFF. Now I didn't know that this is a new after Gandhi was changed, so I didn't know him. And this guy comes and bullies people in the voting station, right? And I walked out and I asked him out. And but I didn't know him. You see, maybe thought I would what you call shine the shade or something. Just said, can we talk outside? It's that thing what you call being around and all those things. Prapita just walked and said, Chief, and he looked at the guy. And the guy melted. I don't know when and how he disappeared. That was Prapita, So what we're talking about is, and even if when we travel and we drive, one of the things that he showed was his diligence and dedication. Peter was dependable, Peter was reliable, and Peter would be there on time, provided that Chabu knows, provided he didn't forget. so this is for us to say, these are the things that, as a member of this organization, he fulfilled exactly what the CEO is saying, is that every one of you are as important as the next person. And all of us are equally important in making the commission machinery to function and to deliver on its mandate. We may be stationed in different points in the organization, but all of this comes together. And what do people see? They see the commission. So I'm saying this because, Prapita, you did that with an open heart. You did that really, at times, going beyond the call of duty to serve the commission. No, it's true, because the emotional part comes in that Peter went beyond the call of duty because his heart was open. He embraced me as a brother. Peter embraced my family. Everywhere I go, my friends and everybody, they know and they knew Peter. So it was a real privilege for me to have somebody that I could trust with my life. And that's what Peter gave beyond the call of duty, is that he said. But it's not only to me. As you can see, all the commissioners are here. Because Peter was also serving commission services. And every one of the commissioners, they know if they are in trouble, whether to catch a plane or any other thing, Peter will get you on time. I don't know about that particular, but I know that he will get you on time. Whether there's traffic and all those things, he will know which corners to move. I leave the rest to also his secrets to them. I leave the rest to the chair. But Peter, we are saying to you, we thank you. you gave this institution all. And yeah, it's very hard that we are now parting. But I know also it goes for the colleagues, you know, how you related, your friendliness to everybody, you know. That's the kind of a person you were. So I hope that I'm also speaking on behalf of the colleagues to say, hey, Rapida, we thank and we appreciate to have had the privilege of having our lives cross with that person. I can go on with other stories and other things, but I'll leave that one. I'll leave one to the next speaker. Thank you very much.